day, everybody. Welcome to another episode on Fly FM Youth Taking You Places. We are here with Sanera from SDG, and she's here to tell us more about this wonderful event that we have just hosted now at St. Philomena's home.
Yes, thank you, Kim. I'm really excited to be here. So this initiative is actually spearheaded by the Next Einstein Forum, which is part of the AIMS, Africa Institute of Mathematical Sciences. And basically what we're doing here is educating our youth about the SDGs. What are the SDGs? It's the Sustainable Development Goals. It's the what they call the Global 2030 Agenda. So these are goals that are mandated by the United Nations, and every country gets measured against our progress towards these SDGs. And so today we are educating the youth not just about what these SDGs are, but empowering them to think differently and to take action to accelerate achieving these SDGs.
Wow, wonderfully said, guys. I hope you can hear what a change SDGs are making in our country. Sanera, can you please tell me, what are we hoping to achieve by having this event today?
So today we actually want to empower our youth, we want to educate them, and then secondly, we want them to go out and spread the word. So to educate their fellow peers, because we want to today take action to influence the decision makers, those that are influencing corporate policy and government policy. Are 20, 30 and even 40 years older than the youth of today. And so we want them to stand up and actually drive change from the bottom up so that the policies that we are creating today are actually future-proof.
Wow, wonderfully said. As you guys do know, we have 17 SDGs. Out of the 17 SDGs, which one do you think needs urgent attention and why?
Definitely for me, quality education. Because when you have a quality education, that is one of the most powerful tools that can be used to then tackle, for example, SDG number 1, zero poverty, SDG number 2, zero hunger. So when we have quality education and we are really driving that can help us uplift all the other SDGs.
Wonderfully said, wonderfully said. Okay, so we did hear earlier on during the event that our municipality is also facing a crisis here with regards to water, which is actually one of our SDGs. So I would like you to let everybody know, how can we save water and how can we combat the situation that we are facing with regards to water?
Yeah, so that SDG is actually really important. It speaks to the quality of our infrastructure as well, and we know that there are policymakers in government that are taking action and making a positive change to ensure infrastructure. But us as citizens can also play our role in terms of conserving water, not just conserving water, but thinking about using water more creatively, for example, grey water systems, or reusing water to water your gardens, for example, after washing dishes. Those are some initiatives and ideas that we can actually take advantage of to conserve water and sort of avert this crisis. Many cities are talking about a day zero, like Cape Town once had. And it's through the concerted efforts of all the citizens living in those communities that they were actually able to avert that crisis. And so we need innovative thinkers to come up with these ideas.
Wow, wonderfully said. And in closing, Sanera, what words would you have to the youth and more kids out there about SDGs and how to put an end to reduce the number of SDGs that we have, the kids of 2030, the future of our country?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think the first step is, of course, empowering them. So today we had a lot of talks about hope for the future. And that is why I wanted that to be a theme for today, because we are at St. Philomena's Children's Home, children that come from exceptionally difficult circumstances and yet still power through. And it's through this amazing support system that they have, their community that actually stands behind them, believes in them, supports them, and gives them access to these kind of opportunities, that we can start to change lives, and not just their lives, but think about the impact they have when they eventually do reintegrate with their families and their households and going back to their communities. I also would like to acknowledge our sponsors for today, which is the William and Flora Hewlett Foundation. So this initiative has been made possible through the generous support of the William and Flora Hewlett Foundation, a non-partisan US-based philanthropic organization. The foundation provides reliable, responsive and strategic support to partners such as AIMS, underscoring a shared vision of building an inclusive society where all people, communities and the planet can thrive.
Wow, and there you have it, guys. Young women changing the world with the aim to reduce sustainable development goals in our country, which can be done. Thank you so much, Sanera, for having us, and thank you so much for being on the show. Guys, until we meet again, Fly FM Youth Taking You Places.
Thank you.
Asakhona Ngwane with Fly FM taking youth places. Hi everyone, it's Asakhona from What the Fly. So today we are at St. Philomena's Children's Home and I am with...
You're with Isaac Mungali. I am the Deputy Curator at the Global Shapers Durban Hub.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Isaac is from the Global Shapers Community Durban and he is Fly because the we interview yet. So tell me, Isaac, what is the whole program about?
Okay, so we are here today to speak and promote about the SDG goals to young people, especially female, and we are trying to plant in their heads the idea of the SDGs and sustainability overall. So we're having a nice and engaging conversation and day here. Yeah.
So what are you looking forward to seeing we women that you are promoting?
What we're looking to see is more engagement, more upliftment, more power. We want to see representation, you know.
Okay.
And you know they say when you empower the woman, you empower the family, you empower the community, you know. So we're here for that. That's what we want to see.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. So ESDG uzweni today, and what is your contribution towards the program today?
Okay, so I contribute personally two ways. One is through my role as Vice Curator at the Durban Hub, at Durban Hub of the Global Shapers, which is basically the youth division of the World Economic Forum. So we have different hubs all over the countries and all of the different countries, and cities take up a different hub and they manage their city as youth, and they create projects that are sustainable and that help the community. So that's what we do on a larger scale. And then personally, I have a company called Career Kit. Yes, we develop a career guidance board game which basically analyzes your personality and gives you career recommendations. So from a sustainability or sustainable goal development, how I'm contributing is one, through partnerships to a large organization, and then secondly, quality education, which is SDG 4. That's how I contribute.
Okay, lovely. Yeah. So if umuntu or youth wants to join your personal initiative or wants to join EGSCD, wenza kanjani?
Okay, so to join the Global Shapers, just reach out to us. We are online on Instagram. Just search DM us, Global Shapers. We're actually recruiting for new members to join us. So we're looking for motivated, dedicated, committed young people to join us. And join us on this mission. We have a lot of exciting projects we've set up for Durban. We're trying to transform Durban as it grows and it expands. So we're looking forward to DMs of people wanting to join and wanting to contribute. There's so much growth that's going to happen if you just look at the collective that I'm with. We started like maybe 3-4 years ago. Now we're doing such amazing things. I'm not bragging, I'm just stating the facts.
You have to brag. I mean, the work is amazing.
Yeah, so if you're a young person and you're motivated and dedicated, please come through and join us. DM us on Instagram, Durban Hub, Global Shapers Community.
Okay, so now go Isaac and slide into his DMs, La Payana.
Not my personal DMs.
And then we'll have the Instagram handle. Thank you so much for being here. And you have to say, why are you Fly, Isaac?
Why am I Fly? Look at me. Okay, they can't hear me. Oh, they can see me. Look at me. The beard is giving.
Oh my God.
The hair is waving.
Oh my God. Lalela.
That's why I'm Fly.
If you want to be Fly, you better stay tuned to Fly FM. You better stay tuned to Isaac and his initiatives. Lalela, this is What the Fly, hosted by Asakhona Ngwane at Fly FM. Love you so much, guys. Cheers.
Greetings everybody, welcome to another episode on Fly FM, taking youth places. We are here with the wonderful Ms. Zetu, who just attended the lovely center that we just had right now with the kids at St. Philomena's home. It's SDG week, and Ms. Zetu, can you please introduce yourself to us?
Hi everyone, my name is Zetu Gomede. I'm an air traffic controller based here at Virginia, Durban. I am the founder of Youth Cocoon Project, which is a non-profit that is dedicated to youth development and ensuring young women in STEM are educated and they're involved in careers that help them to make the world a better place.
Wow, wonderfully said, Ms. Zetu. And during your speech that you had today, you spoke about more about air traffic controlling and the pressure that comes with it. Can you please share to us more about the job that you do, how complex it is, and what it takes to be a good air traffic controller?
So basically, an air traffic controller is someone who ensures that aircraft are safe in the air and make sure that pilots have all the information they need to fly safely, separated from each other in an orderly manner, in a safe way. It's an extremely stressful job, but it's also a very fulfilling job. It's a job that I remember Googling and finding out more about it once I saw that there was black women like myself that were part of the industry, and I thought to myself, this is something unique and this is something that I can also be part of, because I've seen people who are like me in this industry. So it's taken a lot of resilience, it's taken a lot of discipline, it's taken a lot of courage for me to get to where I am, because I've had to follow a specific way of doing things, and I've had to learn from people ahead of me, and I've had to access myself in ways that I didn't even know that I was capable of being. Like I said earlier, I'm the first in my family to be an air traffic controller. A lot of us in the industry are the first in our families, in our communities, to be in the industry. So it's a big responsibility to be in this industry, to do things well, and it's something that I'm proud of to be a part of, because I'm always making sure that I'm also setting a good example for the people that are coming after me, to see that it's possible to do this, and it's possible to do it well, and it's possible to be good at it as well. I've had an opportunity to last year go to different air traffic control towers in the United States, where I was able to see that our job in many ways is the same. If you go to the air traffic control tower there, the way in which they do things was exactly how we did them here in South Africa. Maybe there was different terminology, different processes, but it made me see that we're going in the right direction, we're doing the right things, and I could have easily been a controller in the United States as well, which shows me that we are actually capable of globally being the people that we already know that we are. So I'm glad to have had that experience, and I'm glad to have lived the life that I've had right now in the way that it's been.
It's so inspiring to see a female air traffic controller, because air traffic controlling is generally what we know as a male-dominated industry. So when we see women occupying such leadership and such beautiful occupations, it's such a wonderful thing to see, and it actually inspires young girls to go into different industries, whether it's a male-dominated or female-dominated industry, to go in there and take up space and occupy those roles. So can you please tell me, Zetu, when it comes to the Sustainable Development Goals, I know you have a story to tell. I know it wasn't an easy one and it wasn't an easy road. So can you please tell me the steps that you have put into place to make sure that you have not become another statistic of poverty, the first Sustainable Development Goal on the out of the 17?
So the lovely thing about me before I started my career is that I studied environmental science and geography, and that was a big part of my career, making sure that the environment is good, and everything that is around me, I know that I'm impacted from the moment I walk out of my house. The grass, the trees, everything that surrounds me, I have an impact on. So having an environmental science background, and now with aviation, I'm able to see how both these things merge together and how they contribute to society. And I remember when I was in high school, one of my favorite definitions of sustainability was by the Brundtland Commission, where they said that sustainable development is development that meets the needs of the present generation without compromising the future generations of meeting their own needs. So it's about making sure that even if we are accessing resources, for example, for SDG 1, for no poverty, we're able to have enough food for ourselves, but also ensure the next generation has food. And that means conserving things. I had an opportunity to do an internship with the municipality here in Durban, Natural Resources, where we made sure that we are preserving natural environments. So as much as there's a need to have buildings, as much as there's a need for growth in society, but there's also a need for natural environments. There needs to be nature reserves, there needs to be trees, they need to be in a healthy state. We need to remove the alien invasive plants. We need to make sure that the rivers are clean, there's no pollution in the rivers. So all those things are what is contributing to making sure that we're meeting our own needs as a population, as a growing population, as a technological population, but we're also making sure that the environment is good enough that our generations and the younger people that still have to be part of this world are also having an opportunity to exploit the same resources that we have in a way that is sustainable, in a way that is, safe as well. And when it comes to in the aviation industry, the one thing I was also exposed to when I went to the United States was the technology that other countries are starting to invest in terms of fuel, because aviation is good, right? Because it's one of the things that is connecting us to the globe. It's also become very accessible. So it's also contributing to the SDGs because people are educated now in different parts of the globe. You can decide to do your master's in America and it can be paid for. You can decide to study anywhere in the world. So it's providing us access. It's providing us job opportunities because you can travel. But now the fuel is a concern because it's also contributing to the emissions that are causing climate change. So Berkeley Lab was one of the institutions there that I did my professional development in. So they were investing in sustainable aviation fuel technology. So they have labs where different companies were testing different types of chemicals to ensure that they can be safe for aircraft for the future. So there's many different biological materials that they were testing, and they were making sure that, okay, this is the research that we have, this is how much we can use for now. As much as it's still not easy to produce a large amount of it, but there's already plans that this is how we're going to make it more sustainable. We're going to make the fuel more sustainable because the main issue has been the fuel. In terms of flight planning, there's departments that make sure that it used to be maybe an hour and a half to get to Joburg. Now it's 50 minutes flying time because more direct flights. So that also is improving the emissions. So there's a lot that's going into also especially address the climate action aspect of making sure that the climate is also not being changed because of the contribution of the industry. So these are some of the fundamental things with the SDGs that I've had access to in my career, and now I'm more focused in the technology aspect as well. I'm more involved now with the drone technology and unmanned aviation, where we're now trying to use this technology to not need to fly unnecessarily and use all this fuel. We can just use drones, which are just batteries, and do some of the inspections that are required without having to use maybe an entire helicopter that has a higher expense, higher fuel usage. So these are the things that I feel that are really important to contributing to the sustainable development goals, because the urgency is really now. As we were saying earlier, that it's 2030, so 2030 is going to come very soon, and we need to be part of this call to action to contribute to them.
Wonderfully said, Zetu. Everything that you've said currently just makes so much sense, and we are so proud and so honored to have you here. And it's such a wonderful thing to see one of our women in STEM occupying a huge leadership role. And thank you so much for the impact that you've made on society, and for the many children out there who look up to women like you, who have made a change and who have made it through life so far. So in closing remarks, do you have anything that you would like to say, any motivational words you have to say to any young girl out there that has a passion to be a young woman in STEM?
My thing is, like I was saying earlier, be courageous. Be courageous for the dreams that you have. Know that even if you have fear of what you want, you can still do it regardless. Fear is just something that should propel you to do things well. It should propel you to be excellent. Be disciplined. If you want something, know the steps to get to it and be disciplined to get to it, because there's so many people that I come across that are starting careers for the first time in their 30s, in their 40s. Just because you don't make it at 18 doesn't mean you can't make it at 19. You can still continue to make it throughout your life. And definitely, if you're still young, do STEM subjects. Take science, take mathematics, push through to get good marks in those subjects, because that's where the world is moving to. The countries that we all see are highly developed, China, the United States, they've invested in their STEM education. They've invested in young people being involved in these careers, and therefore they are innovating at a level that's higher than us. So if you're looking at South Africa and the high unemployment and the issues that we have, we need people in these careers. So if you have an opportunity to still do science, to still do maths, to improve your marks if you weren't able to do it and get involved, because it is where the careers of the future are, and it is where the change and the good things that we want for our society are part of.
Wow, so profound and so well said. Thank you so much, Zetu, for having us. Thank you for honoring us with your time. Guys, we have the wonderful lady Zetu. She was just here with us. We are so thankful to have her here. Until we see each other again, another episode of Fly FM, taking youth places.
Hey everyone, it's your girl Asekona Ngwane, and I am here, obviously not doing the show now. I'm here with Fly FM, taking youth places. Sila at St. Philomena's Children's Home, and I am not alone. I'm not alone today. I am with Mr. Peter, a board member of the St. Philomena's home. How are you doing, Mr. Peter?
Yeah, I'm good. Yourself?
I am excellent. Okay, I'm feeling good. So tell me, what is this event and the program about?
It's just to sort of empower the girls and make them aware of science, maths, the places that can take you.
So I've read about the STEM culture of NEF and SGD. Obviously, it was SDG. It was science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So it's basically to empower the youth and mostly girls.
Yes.
Okay, I love that. So since it's Outreach Week, what can you tell us about the vision and the vision of SDG towards the youth?
I just want to try and encourage and empower the girls, especially the girls that we have here, because we want them when they leave here, they go with the tools. They leave with the tools to empower them, to become the future mothers, future leaders, future role players of their communities.
Okay, I love that. So Mr. Peters, guys, has told us that NEF and SDG is about uplifting the youth, uplifting young women to fulfilling their visions and goals. And here we are. I'm a young woman trying to do the things that cannot be undone. Yeah. Any last words?
Well, St. Philomena's Home, we are a non-profit organization.
Yeah.
We survive on funding from the Department of Social Development and donations. So any donations for the girls, be it financial, type of work, repairs, anything, we're willing to access.
So if there are people watching and are willing to help or reach out, where can they find you? Like in terms of social media, whatnot?
The social media, I'm not sure if the page is still working, but we are situated in Ripon Road in Sydenham.
Okay, thank you so much. You will be hearing from me, Mr. Peters. Thank you so much. Okay, shout out to everyone who was involved in this program. Shout out to all the young women who are watching this. Shout out to the youth. I love you guys, and please watch the full episode so that you can know and get the feel of what was going on. Cheers. Hey guys, it's your girl Asekona Ngwane from What the Fly, Life FM, taking youth places. Sila St. Philomena's Children's Home. And no Pumalelo Ngobo. Hi guys, how you doing? I'm a Palo City. I heard that you won.
Yeah, this is so exciting for me. Like, I never knew that this could happen to someone like me,
What did you win? What was it all about?
I won a bursary for, to study for radio.
No way!
I know. It's exciting. It's so exciting.
Yeah. So, okay, what was the whole program about? What made you win? Like, were there any activities that you did? Tell me more about that.
Well, you could say it's like it was a connection. So Father Herman, the guy that I live with, our father at our home, he put me up with
God bless Father.
Shout out to Father.
Shout out.
Yeah, he put me on some connections with Divina. She also works here. So like she and her sister works for this company that came and sponsored all of this program that we were doing, we were learning about her business, about the different kind of tourism things and stuff. It was like very educational, and I learned a lot. I did, honestly.
I love it.
So they said that, you know, I think this bursary could go to you because like I'm really good at speaking to people. I'm good at communicating. I love sharing new things and learning new things. So yeah, so
I'm quite excited for you. You're
I'm
venturing
also-
into
I'm
radio.
I'm pumped.
You should join our Fly Academy.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Yeah, here at Fly FM. And it's really amazing. We are taking youth places. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this interview.
It was amazing.
May we meet again in this
And
radio
I also hope I'm
industry.
excited.
Okay, that was Umangobo, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.